Hi y'all, this is just a first video in a couple of videos that I'm going to make that's sort of going to give you a quick orientation to some of the features that can be found in Moodle. So the first place is I'm at our Moodle course and I just want to show you some basic things that you need to know. When you sign in, you normally will sign in and it will see you as a teacher. You got to remember to turn your editing on, and what that does is if it will do it. Okay, so you can see now you've got some of your WYSIWYG down here. You know, this means to move over, move up, edit, cancel, or hide. So you just got to get used to what those little symbols mean. But the first thing I really want to focus in on is the first place that you really will be doing most of your work. These blocks can be moved around. You know, this block can be moved over here. It's actually going to go to the bottom of the other side. See, it's way down here. And then I just move it up if I wanted to put it somewhere else. So the point I'm making here is just that, you know, the way the Moodle looks can be moved around. So I'm just going to move this guy back. And then I'm going to move him up just to show you. So you're not stuck with wherever these things are. So I'm just going to keep moving it up, moving it up. So all of these little blocks here can be moved from side to side and up and down, okay? And you can do that when you have your turning editing on. But when you first start, your main place is going to be your administration section right here. This is where a lot of the work begins, and then I'll show you in another video how to begin to build web pages where you can start to put your classroom lessons and assignments. But the first thing I want to just talk to you about briefly is your settings. First of all, here's where you'll name the course. This is what the name of the course that'll show to your students, and then you can have a shorthand name, so you probably want to be very specific about what you put in that block. You can put a description of your course in if you would like. Here's where you'll decide which kind of format. Really, the only formats to choose from are really topic format and weekly format. This will just put in the dates based on the dates that you put here. So I generally just use topic format. I just find that to be the easiest. You can tell it how many blocks you want it to have, and you can see that you can have as many as 52 blocks, so that's a whole year. So, you know, you could just start with a quarter and do 9, or, you know, it's really all about how you plan on leveraging would dictate how many blocks you would have in your course. And of course, that can always be changed. So if you decide that you need an extra block, you just come in here and adjust this to match what you need. You can have a course start date. It really doesn't really matter. The one thing you do want to make sure is you put it on your highest upload capability so that when you're uploading files you can get the largest file possible. I think the default is 500, so you definitely want to move that to 8 megabytes to make that bigger. Site enrollment, that's going to be between you and your tech people. I'm not sure if you're going to have a list of students and you're just going to find them and put them in. That's generally how I enroll my students. I'm not sure that would be something that's internal for your system. I'm not sure if your central office is going to enroll into your courses or they're going to just give you student names and you can enroll them. I'll show you how to do that in a few moments. So I really don't mess with all of this. I just say no, 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 no groups, no force. I make this available to students if you wanted to have an enrollment key, but I really kind of leave all that stuff open. And then that's pretty much it. So this is really just how you set the blocks, how many blocks your Moodle is. You can also change your theme, the color of your Moodle, and I'm trying to remember where that is. Of course, now I can't find it, but I know I changed mine. Oh, where, goodness gracious. Okay, well, I know for a fact that I changed the color of this Moodle. So I might be lying to you. You guys may not have an ability to force your theme because normally you just have it right here. I'm not seeing that right now. So maybe you guys are not going to get to change your themes, but normally there is something here that talks about theme, and that's where you would change it, but I don't see that you have that here. So no theme for you guys, but you always want to make sure you roll down to save changes. Make sure that that's always at the bottom of any Moodle page. You always want to click that page, that one last button. just really quickly how you assign roles. Really, my thinking would be is you would go into students, and I think right now these are all teachers, but eventually I would hope that there would be a list of students and you would type the student name and then you would add them into your course. And that's just simply, you just highlight the person and then you add them right here. You just click that and then they would come over into your course. So again, that's going to be something you're going to have to check with your internal people to figure out how Moore County Schools is going to do that. But that can be very simple once that gets going. You can also add other teachers to your course. That's an easy thing to do. If you're co-teaching a course, you can find the name of your partner in the list and add them in, and then both of you have full editing rights as teachers. So that's how you get people into your course. Or if you wanted somebody to come take a look at your course, that's a great way to use that feature. So that was under Assign Roles over here in your administrative block. Over here, you're going to want to, at some point, take time to back up your data, your course when you complete a course. And basically, you're just going to say yes to all this. When you have students, they have things in there at the end of a course. You may want to get rid of the user data, but you would just continue to follow these until it saves all of your stuff. It's just saying to me that there's no user data, which makes sense because there's no one in the course actually using it. So I'm doing this before you guys have come to the course. So now I've seen my backup is successful, so I'd say continue. Well, here's the course that I actually just backed up, and what you want to do is you want to get that file onto your computer. So if something happens, you lose your file, all you got to do is click, and now you have that zip up file. My course is now backed up onto my computer. So if I ever needed if I needed to get all my information back, let's say something happened, you have it. And that, if that ever happens, or you're creating a new course for next year and you don't want to have all the student stuff in there, you go to Restore and you sort of do the opposite. You upload a file. You would find that file that contains the course, which is going to be right here. Nope, that's actually not. Yeah, that might be it. Yeah, so I would actually open that. Now I'm not going to go all the way through this because I don't really want to upload my course, but you would upload this file and then you would click Restore, and that would actually bring all of your information back into your course. So that's just a quick little thing there. What would happen is you would come to your files, and what you would do is you would find the one that you want to restore from, and you would push Restore right here, and that would just put everything back into your course. So that's a very nice feature of Moodle. You always want to back up your courses. So basically, let me just talk to you about some of these things here. This is your topic outline here. So this little guide just edits the very top of every block. So if you see in every block you have this little hand right here, well, that's how I put this information in. It's just a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. You can use this just like Word. I type in, I do a fill, I do my heading, and then I type in what I want to say there, and then I just save it. But you can also insert images there, and that's all this really is instead of doing writing, when I went here, I just inserted this image. I probably uploaded the file. If you have a URL-based image, you can just do a Google link to a Google image, but if it's actually a file that you got off of Flickr, then you need to do it through the file. And I'm going to do another video on those more specifically. And these are your cookies. This is an easy way to get back to your course. These are just HTML blocks. If you notice down here, you can add new blocks, and really where you see where I have my Voki and where I have the picture of Moore County Schools, your logo, that was just an HTML block that I added and then moved up to the top, so they were the very top. So you don't have to show all these blocks. You can use these blocks if you want. You don't have to. Remember, your news forum should come with your Moodle, and basically those are a way to push out information to your students as the need arises, and it just sits there in that forum. They can't reply to it or anything, but it just pushes it out, and depending on how it's set up in your county, it might push it to their email. If maybe you wanted to send a reminder about it, that an assignment was coming up or something like that, or just general communication, you would use your news forum to do that. We can talk a little bit more about grades in a moment. I'll do a video about grades But I think for now I just wanted to show you these basics. And the last thing I just want to show you is how to update your own profile. When you are using a Moodle, you want to go to participants and then you find yourself in the list and you want to go here to edit profile and you want to fill in all this information, and then you can put some more information. I got to actually put my bio information here. You can browse your computer for a picture that's actually a file on your computer. You can go ahead and load it up there, and you could add more information. It's completely up to you. If you wanted to show some advanced things, like I could put my Skype ID up here. If you wanted to share that with your students, it's completely up to you. And then I would update my profile. And now you can see that my Skype and AIM are listed in there. So those just a quick overview of general features of Moodle. I'm going to talk more about how to do a web page and how to upload images in the next video.